Welcome back to the 5 Stars Realty Podcast. Today, we have one of our owns, JG Kemp. He is the top producing agent at 5 Stars Realty, who has built a machine when it comes to listings and consistency. And I want to thank you for being here today.
Thank you. No problem. Thanks for having me.
Usually, you're in this seat
Usually,
and you're interviewing somebody.
I'm in a hot seat today.
Today, you are. So I really want to thank you because it's not an everyday thing. You're usually in your office doing business, meeting people, clients, and doing with your team. So I really want to thank you for taking this opportunity.
No problem. I'm the Wizard of Oz. Don't mind the guy behind the screen.
So, for clients, viewers are there, can you introduce yourself? Tell them a little bit about you.
I am JG Kemp. I am a listing agent in the state of Connecticut, licensed in Massachusetts. 24 years of experience with doing real estate. A lot of people don't know that. That's where a lot of my skill comes from.
So, what drove you into real estate, if I can ask that?
Well, drove me into real estate. That's a great question. So I used to live in South Beach, Florida for a little bit. And when I was out there, it was all coincidental and, big cars, big money.
Yeah, yes.
And then I came back to the world.
And we're in Connecticut, though.
We're in Connecticut. I was at the barbershop and I had a job with Comcast Cable. It was like a subcontractor. This is a funny story. It's a long story. I'll try to shorten it. I used to collect cable boxes. Remember cable boxes for people's houses?
Oh, yeah.
And I had a Ford Taurus. And I had these cable boxes in the trunk, and I was at the barbershop counting the cable boxes because I get $10 a cable box.
Okay.
Right? And this guy pulls up and a brand new Benz. I think this was like 2002. There's a brand new Benz, and, looking sharp, and he's young. It's Andre Manson. If anybody knows Andre, Andre been doing real estate for a long time. And I said to him, "What do you do?" I swear to God, this is the story of my life when it comes to real estate. And I highly suggest a lot of you do the same thing. I had faith and I believed that he showed me the right way. He said he did real estate. He said, "Come to the office. You work for Century 21. I went to the office and
The rest is history. And let me tell you guys, the rest is history. JG Kemp has achieved 40% growth versus last year. He has 100% list to close efficiency, which might I add, that is very difficult because things go expired, things lapse, right? So if I may ask again, what makes you that 100% efficiency?
So that's a great question. 40% growth.
Yeah.
As in a year.
Over last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Dedication.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. So 100% to close, 100% to post. Well, to put it in a nutshell, I've studied prices of homes every day. I've become very good at pricing. Very good at explaining days on the market. How many showings to a contract. I've become very good at numbers and digging for someone's motivation. So I don't typically list just to list. I'm listening to sell. And that's probably how I become 100%.
Yeah. So I talked to a lot of new agents about not letting kind of like clients guide you. You need to talk with experience. You need to know your numbers, your market, and be able to relay that. Do you find that very important, or is that something when you come to the seller, you're already, you know what it is?
That's very important. I mean, people are going to make most of the decisions based off emotion. You guys are going to hear an analytical side of me. I'm usually a driver because there's 4 characteristics. My backup is analytical. It's very rare to see me when I am a hell of. So most people, they make decisions off emotion. They back it up with logic.
Yes.
So when I say that meaning that they got to like you first. I mean, if they don't like you, they're not going to listen. And once they get that feeling, then they're going to back it up with logic. So To get to your question, a seller wants to know that you're confident.
Correct.
Right? They want to know that you're confident, and they're gonna feel that. They're gonna feel that through your energy, your enthusiasm. I'm very confident.
No, I believe it. He walks around the office very confident. Again, if you know what you're saying and you could stand behind it, it just makes a client feel safe or feel secure. Right. So, can you walk us through what a day to day looks like for you?
Day to day, well, schedule is your boss, and a lot of reason why a lot of agents fail is they're just not scheduled. They just kind of let this business. They treat it like a hobby. I am a businessman. They say what I'm a hobby. My hobby is real estate. My day to day, I get to the office first. I leave last. Um, I'm here at about six in the morning. Uh, I start off with my drive. My drive is driving in, listening to something motivational, a podcast, um, something to get my mindset right. I get to the office, and this is the secret to the sauce. I don't I don't usually get into what I do every day. Well, I'm gonna give it to you. I start off with a journaling, and then I go into my affirmations, and then I go into reading my 2026 goals, which is a small book. It could take me about 15 to 20 minutes. After that, I look to read for about another 15 minutes to a half hour. And at that time, I start getting dressed and ready for the day. I'll start looking at the computer for what the listings are for the day. I mean, who, what a prospect, when I'm going to prospect. I might start looking at the market for the numbers through emails right quick. And then around 7:30, I go into role play. I role play from 7:30 to 7:50. I get on the phones from 7:50 to about 12 o'clock. 12, I take a lunch, or I go to the gym, or I have a mastermind group, or I have a coach call. About 1 o'clock, I'm usually, if I'm at the gym or whatever I just said of the above, I'm done. And I look to go door knock or do drive-bys. Again, service is sauce. I want to just share this. Right. Uh, 2 o'clock, I'm usually back in the office for to-dos and packets. 3 o'clock, I'm on the phones calling again from 3 to about 5 o'clock, depending on if I have an appointment or if I have to take my son somewhere. I'm back prospecting, and I stop around 6 o'clock. And I stop at 6 to read for an hour. And then from 7 to about 8, I work on my business. And so about 8 o'clock, I leave.
And I believe that because I try to get in at 7 in the morning and you're already here. I left yesterday, I think at 7:40. And again, you're always, you and I think we're the first one.
Oh, yeah, we 100%.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
So
6 days a week. Yeah.
yes, because I'm here Saturday too.
Yeah, you work with.
But it's important for new agents out there to know that it takes dedication. It takes hard work. It doesn't land on your lap. People need to know that it's something, it's constant. You're always looking for the next transaction, right? And I don't think people have that mindset that you can have 4 under contracts, but they're going to close. You still need to think on pipeline.
Oh, 100%.
You need to continue thriving, right? And how important is word of mouth?
Word of mouth is really important, especially when it comes to your database. The value of business should come from your database if you're doing your job. As you can see, Germo, our broker, I say the majority of his business is his database. People who just keep coming back and forth, back and forth. And then once you do a good job for somebody, they're going to pass the word. That is the compliments to this business. That's the longevity. Right. That's the long run. That's the goal. I mean, that's how you get calls coming in. Instead of you making the calls. Right. So word of mouth is very important. But staying in contact with your database is just as important.
Yeah. And having a schedule, having something set is very important. I help everybody, right? As much as I can in the operation side of the business. But for me, it's very important to have a schedule too. I just can't be all over the place because then I'm not helping anybody. So at any point of your life, any job that you do, if you're going to be successful at something, you need to have structure. Structure is the other way.
Right.
So I know you, right? I learned that you door knock right now. I didn't know that about you. But aside from that, is it just the JG Kemp team? Is it you, or how important is it to have backup, a team, a brokerage?
It's very important. I mean, that's just what life in general. You have to have support. The more support you have, the further you're going to go. Um, you can't do this alone. I mean, you can. It just depends on what you want to do with it.
Correct.
Uh,
We're your family, man.
yeah, I
Well,
mean, look, in order for you to produce at a high level, correct, you gotta have support and cash. You gotta have a brokerage that is behind you, a broker that's supporting you, an office manager supporting you.
Yep.
I have, admin slash transaction coordinator. I have a admin in the Dominican Republic. I mean, I have my daughter who does, lead generating. And this is all just to help.
family business.
Yeah, it's just all the way around.
Yes.
There's no raw family here. You have to. It's simple. It's not easy. It's not an easy business. Anybody who I see say, "Oh, I just got a license," let's just say, "God bless you."
In what moment was it that you said, I can't do it alone? If I need to scale up, I need to have a team.
Mm. Well, so I'm a Mike Fury agent, and I'm uncoached, and I'm very much Mike Fury. I don't sway from that, nor I don't see myself ever.
That's proof that 100%. 100%.
And Mike says, after 25 deals, you're starting to be an assistant. I used to be here at this office. I used to be down where you guys are at. And I used to come in, I used to do admin work. And I just started getting more deals. I started taking a lot of deals. And it's just no way for me to concentrate on. So there's only 4 things I should be doing, right? This is another thing with coach. There's 4 things I should be doing. That's prospecting, lead follow-up, negotiating deals, and go on appointments. That's all I should be concentrating on. All right. Everything else I should be delegating. So if I'm not doing those 4 things, I'm not able to produce at a high level. So when I learned that and I thought about that, I said to myself, I need to learn how to delegate, Laura.
Correct. I had a conversation this past week with an agent, and she is really picking up business. Didn't really want to use a transaction coordinator. Didn't think it was needed at that time. She has 5 under contract, 4 buyers actively looking, and she had submitted already 3 offers.
That's too much.
That's too much. So she's like, no, I only have 4 under contract. And I'm like, and you have an active listing as well. How are you going to still be able to follow up with your buyers, get more people, and be able to follow up with everything if you don't have somebody doing the admin work?
I don't know this person, and it's no disrespect to him. I wish him the best. You're just facing burnout.
Correct.
You're going to burn yourself out. You're just not you. As you start to scale up, you have to learn how to get your time back. Only way to get your time back is to delegate. I don't know about who that is or anybody else. I just know that there's no way I could have a life outside of that. I used to be in his office 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like,
So did Germo.
yeah, and I used to see you. Yeah, to that, because that's what it makes you do, right? Because you want to be able to have a smooth day.
Correct.
Because you're taking calls all day. All this stuff is coming in.
And then I hired Samantha because I just couldn't do it.
There's no way. There's no way.
No way.
Not unless you're doing, 4 deals and that's all you want to do.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Not gonna work.
No. We hit almost like 300 transactions last year. My goal is to kind of like put over 150 of that and do over 200. So for that, we need more people, and I know that, and the operations side knows that. And then as you grow, as all our agents grow, I need to be able to provide that extra help for you, and extra help for all the agents, right? I think when you started, it was only like barely no agents, right? Now we're 4 states.
Yeah.
4 states.
Yeah. The story. I mean, I remember I used to be, Germo used to be in his office. He used to be where, Jesse sit. And he used to come out and he say to me, I don't wanna watch after ages. You just want to produce.
Correct.
And that's what he used to say. And I see him every now and then. I remind him when I see an email going out with 40 people, 50 people attached to it, like, hell,
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you change your mind.
So, and again, yes, doesn't know. So good at being there, but he loves selling. He loves doing his transaction. He does love still doing negotiation. So that's where you come in with a team, right? And then the operation that's handled by somebody else, and he can still do everything he can do. But when I started working with all of you, you still keep your same hours, right? But you would have been here until like 2 in the morning, and I saw him back at 7 in the morning or 5 in the morning. That's how you started business as well. So anybody out there wanting to start a business from zero, you need to put the hours in.
They don't, look, again, they treat it like a hobby. This is not a hobby. This is a business. And if you're really trying to build something, you're gonna plan it out and you're gonna put the work in. And the thing with a business is, and you only get this from business maturity, is if you're not working on your business, you're working in your business. And you have to have your business running itself so that you can step away and everything's still going on. And if you're not there yet, you're just a compensated employee.
Correct. No, I agree.
Yeah, right. So a lot of people want to get into this business and they just want to go. If I had to do it over, I'd have sat back and I would have planned things out a little bit better, because in the beginning I was saying, basically you need to have faith with this. We have to know that it's work. This is something you have to do full time. This is a lifestyle. It's not something you can jump in and jump out of. If you make a decision to be this and do this, you got to follow through, or you will definitely fail.
And I think I know where this is going. Do you be credit?
Do I ever get this?
Yes.
No, I absolutely love it.
I love my job.
I love real estate. I absolutely love real estate. I come to this office every morning. I come to my office and I say, you know what? I love this. I don't know anything that you could take a class and get a license in 2 to 3 months and make millions of dollars. There's not billions of dollars.
Just 60 hours. 60 hours.
And it does get easier if you plan it out the right way. Doesn't matter where you're from, your background. It doesn't matter your age, but you could do it young, you could do it old. It just takes the right steps to doing it. But absolutely, do I have regrets? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I like that. I knew that. I knew that's where we were going. So, is there anything that you would say to new agents out there?
So these new agents are different. I'm a different agent. I'm on the actor. I'm old school though. I'm an old school agent. So I'm going to do a lot of things that a lot of agents they don't want to do. So to the new agents, from what I'm seeing, what the trend is, I would 100% get yourself on a team. Come in and get yourself on a team.
What does a team provide?
Leads.
And guidance.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to tell me that you take that exam, you're out, but the classes don't tell you exactly how to talk to clients, how to find those business, how to door knock, how to call. They don't tell you any of that.
No, get yourself a coach too. Get yourself a coach. And you're going to think you can't afford these things. The flip side is you can't afford not to.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't afford not to. Get yourself a coach, get yourself on a team, and start talking to other people that are doing better than you, and that can provide you experience and guidance.
Yes. I had somebody that told me that they looked at our podcast because they were just starting off and they saw that we had agents, that there was lenders, and it kind of like gave them a perspective. Yeah.
That's fun.
And I was like, that's good because that's the purpose of it, right? At 5 Stars, we have teams. You have a team. So at 5 Stars, we have teams, we have people, we even have mentorships where it's not just you're going at it alone. And as an agent, you need to kind of like look for a brokerage that's going to help you, that's going to guide you, that's going to kind of like push you towards greatness.
This is a great company. I got, I look at Germo, like a brother at this point. I mean, he's been great, been around the block, and I always say that if you're going to come to this business, you gotta have a good bro.
Right.
I've told Germo on different occasions, I don't think he knows how good of a broker he is.
And you know what? I do tell him that he's a success story.
Oh, and him for sure.
Exactly.
That's what I tell him, because I've seen it.
The American dream.
It puts your work in, man. He's everything that if you are trying to eliminate anybody, you can look at that and say that, I can be that, door opened, still say hello, yeah, if he's around. I mean, things are getting different now because, we're scaling up.
He is around. He doesn't answer my phones that much anymore.
But that's a good thing.
But that's a good thing. And again, like, he came into my office like a while back. He's like, Stephanie, when are you out? And I'm like, the last week of April. He's like, oh, so I'm gonna be out the first week of April. And I'm like, that's fine. He has to mean that he doesn't need to be present. So it's all kind of like working.
And it meshed well.
It meshed well. And that's another thing too. You got to hire people, you got to pick people, you got to run through people, you got to figure out, who fits and who doesn't. And I think at the point that we're at now, we got a lot of great people.
Yeah.
A good core, and things are running as it should. Yeah, I'm very proud that I came here.
You started with just one office in Connecticut. We have 4 offices now, right? We have offices in Worcester.
Right.
We have like a digital one in Miami.
Right.
It keeps going. I think you told me last time, you're like, how many offices do we have? I'm wrong.
Email, right? Listen, that just tells you how great the mind is and how good God is. If you put your mind to it, right, it can happen.
Yeah.
And fast. We're talking about 3 years.
I've been here for a year. No, in March, and everything seemed to like
A year.
You've
been here for a year already. Man, let me tell you.
Yeah, I respect it.
You're Jancy too behind you for a year.
A year. I mean, look, you see so many people come in and out, and you're going to see so many people come in and out.
Well,
and it is amazing. And then, so the grit that you got to have and the stamina,
right.
I mean, just to stick it out, you got to have faith. You got to believe there's no way. That man was part-time.
Yeah.
Gone. He was working full-time, doing real estate part-time, and the real estate took over full-time. That is very hard to do. Okay. Try to find another agent.
No.
All right.
No.
They're out there, but I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's very small. I think the percentage is I think 1 digit or something like that. It's not. I'm very proud where we are. I really do see it. I see the growth. I see everything. Last week he told me, Stephanie, I need like 1 more of you and 1 more estimation.
So, I mean, he talked to me, listen, man, look, I've seen the growth from Jancy, yourself, you won't get into that story.
Everybody tells me. Everybody tells me all the time. He said he was getting like somebody. Go.
Oh my God. So when I just couldn't believe he was making the moves he was making. And I was like, really? You did that? He was like, yeah, I did that. I was like, all right, let's see what happens. No, that was a great move. That took gall.
Yes.
And hey, I stand by the wheel.
It wasn't something I thought lightly either. When you think about like emotional movement or like people meet emotional, like I sat down and I was like, is this a good move as well? Right. And I think everybody should kind of like sit down. You shouldn't make any moves just out of the blue.
Right. You could say no.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I did, I think once or twice, and he just kept insisting.
Right.
You know him.
Right.
You know, he's not gonna
think about that, man.
When running a business, you gotta go all in.
Yeah.
And you say, people don't know to come in to talk to people.
Right.
But, that is what you need to do. Who else is going to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself?
I agree. And he believes 100%. And I did too, because when I pitched myself back and I said, no, like I 100% know I can do this. I could thrive. I can help you grow this. And then there's certain stuff like we needed to come together too. But you never should put yourself down. You should know your worth.
Right.
You should know your worth as an agent. You come in front of a client, you talk highly, you know what you're talking about, and that's how you win as well.
Here's a key factor though. Are you are you going to make a good addition to the team?
Yeah.
Right. See, that's the key.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one thing having the skill,
Yes.
the belief, the confidence. Do you fill up? And that's what we have now. You didn't get any pushback, you know, because there was pushback from others. You know,
Yeah, it's like
there were pushbacks from all different angles. And you guys stepped in and did a great job. So I commend you. I commend Jency,
thank you.
Samantha. You know, and both again, it's just the beginning. We need more.
Yeah, no, I 100% believe that. I look at the numbers every day, and that's as well as an agent. That's what you look at. You what 40% over last year? You're gaining. This year, you're already up to what you were last year. So it's all
This year already.
yes, it's all looking back. What are we gonna do more, and then how are we gonna change it, impact that?
You know, it's so funny when you, and there's a reason why I don't like to really talk about numbers. I mean, I like to look at the numbers. You have to track yourself. If you don't track yourself, you don't know where you're going. But I've just seen so many top producing agents, and I just see what it can really become. So when I look at my stuff, it's kind of like, ugh, you know what I mean? But it still gives hope.
I think we're our biggest critics. Because when I look at myself too, I'm like, but I think that's the way we push each other, right? If you think, it's fine. If you're okay with like your just job, you're just gonna stay there. You're not gonna push. So, okay? So then you
Some do.
right.
Some okay with
Some are okay with that.
Okay, and that's cool.
But we're not those people.
Yeah, no.
We're actually about no, you gotta double that number. You gotta do something.
Right. Right.
So that's how it works. So yeah, sometimes we're like a little harder on ourselves, and I think we all are. Even James behind the scenes, we look at something, we look at video, marketing, numbers, sales. We're like, really? But that's how you know. That's how you differentiate yourself.
Right.
I was actually gonna get to that.
Absolutely. I just came from a little conference from Dean Clark. I'm in a group of Dean Clark. He's out of Jersey. He's with EXP, EXP, and then they had a bunch of EXP people over there. And they were talking about teams and all this good stuff. And it's all the same thing. You know, I don't care where you're at, what company you're with, you know, if you're in real estate, you need the support.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. That's what I try. When Maria calls me, Charlene calls me, anybody, I try to pick up. And usually I have 2 phones. You also cross my office, and I'm always in a meeting or a conference or something.
That's real.
So it really is getting busier. So this year is not bad. It's really good. And I tell it, bring it on.
Right.
Anything on.
But you're still putting your hours. You're still thinking of you. So the key is that we got to start getting our time back. Right. You know, it's a goal. Seems like a common goal. A lot of ours to make sure you're staying there.
You know, I think I interviewed somebody today.
But for you.
All I do. And she had a really good question about like surrounding yourself. And she was like, this is what I want. This is something I'm very interested in. Because she said, my mother always told me you need to surround yourself by other people that are doing what you want to do. Right? It's going to push you to be those people. It's going to push you to be more. So I tell everybody, if you want to be a top selling agent, follow JG Kemp. If you want to be like a listing agent, so anything you want to do, find that person that's going to motivate you and look at what they're doing, right? Change it up, make it better, but surround yourself by other people that are going to like push you to do that.
Right. You got to average of the top 5 people that you hang around with.
Correct.
Yeah, get an average of that. And, you know, if you hanging around 6 broke people, you're going to be the 7th. You know, if you're hanging around, 5 top producers, you're going to be
a top producer. You're going to put yourself. Actually, so I have 3 questions before we start closing it out. They're really quick. There's just 1 or 2 like word answers. Okay.
All right.
What's one thing agents are doing that's keeping them broke?
Keeping them broke?
Yeah.
I'm not working.
Hobby. Taking that as a hobby. Had a full-time job.
Yep.
If somebody wants to become a top producer, what's one step? What's step number 1?
Get yourself a coach.
Discipline or motivation?
100% discipline.
I
I'm going to add one thing onto that is consistency
Yes,
because momentum is real.
correct. I agree. So I want to thank you for being here today.
Yeah.
I already knew you, but you always in your office working. So it was really good to kind of like talk about it and get to know you a little bit better.
Gotcha. Now I'll be going right back to it.
No, of course. At the end, you're gonna see JG Kemp initials. You're gonna see his social media or anything he wants to share in the bottom. So feel free to always follow. If anybody has any other questions, please let us know. Hit like, subscribe, and follow to see another episode from us. Thank you.